So is everybody having a good day?
Yeah, it's just about over.
Aw. So we've got Jessica and
Lindell.
hi, Lindo.
Yes.
Thank you for joining. Did anyone else try to pop on?
Not yet.
Okay.
No, not that I saw.
Okay. So, just a second.
I'm in the car. That's why mine's so dark.
Okay. Girls, I had some, where did my papers go?
Are you back there? You can talk too. You want to say hi?
Hi, sweetie. Hey.
She's listening too.
Aw. Okay, so one of the big things I wanted to talk about, well, first, just to kind of, I know there's a lot of concern about sales this month. And basically, there's a lot of theories on that. A lot of people think that I think we're tracking between 2 to 4 days behind what we were November last year, which everybody expects, year to year. We've had explosive growth within our company. So people that were here last year are kind of disappointed because they're expecting their sales to be stronger today than what they were a year ago. There's a lot of theory on the election having something to do with that. Psychology and statistics will show you that on election years, sales go down. Girls, mommy's on a live and it makes it difficult to hear, okay? Can you just... Sorry. So anyway, yeah, a lot of people just kind of want to hang on to their money. Of course, it's kind of the trend. They panic. They don't know what to expect. So that's part of it. The other thing is, a year ago, and I'm saying this because I know a lot of the questions I'm getting, especially for people who were here last year, are concerned. So I want this to be on the playback so it's clear. But last year in November, we had Liquid Foundation going viral. We had Touch Concealer going, and we had products that were literally going viral in the month of November. So, we don't have a new product with quite that hype going on this month. Sales aren't just going to pour into us. We actually have to work for them. It's a great time to do parties. It's a great time to, that's the other big topic that I wanted to share, was the fact that it's ironic that it's taken me, I'm very stubborn when it comes to parties, because when I started a little over 2 years ago, I launched my entire business through online Facebook parties. We were in Belgium at the time. I loved the fact that I didn't have to host a party out of my house. I didn't have to, I could just set it all up. Now, everything is different. People are ignoring notifications in groups, and I'm sure you're all experiencing this. It's the frustrations associated with parties, right? We want to beat our head up against the wall because nothing happens. So, all that being said, what is happening with parties now is live parties. It's the new trend. It's the new thing. I don't want to do them any more than probably, trust me. I mean, if you would have seen me tonight in my house, Hot Mess Express, the kids are fighting, the dog is having potty accidents, daddy's yelling, all of this is happening while we're supposed to be going live. And I'm just no! So live videos are never convenient. But the reality of it is, we just have to do them. And I think that's what people love about them, is the fact that that's what makes us real and that's what makes us relatable. Even if they go crazy, it's real, it's real time. And it's just an easier way to share and get it out there. And as much as I dread it, I'm kind of learning to, I love the fact that I use less storage on my phone. I can just go live on Facebook and I don't have to store this video, on my phone anywhere. So that's a plus side to going live. But of course, with live videos, you can start in your VIP group. We have that capability as well. So I do a lot more lives in that form than I do public. But it's just getting comfortable. And it's interesting because, Shauna Flake had done a video the other day, and, it was great. She was encouraging people to share. She's one of our Canadian leaders. And then Kim Conquered Good, she was talking about, a lot of people are like, okay, what's the order of parties? There's just so many things that everything's trending differently now. Instead of 10-day parties that drag out, that dies off, you lose people. So the trend now is a quick 5-day party. I just did a 45-minute hour party live on my Facebook wall. And remains to be seen what happens with that. And I've gotten a couple messages of people wanting to order, actually. So, and that was an hour worth of time, versus 10 days of partying and getting like 2 sales, So people want it now. It's just this higher like sense of urgency, So I think 5-day parties, and I posted some tips today on this logic. Lindsay is one of Carly Reeves' elite, and she gets the groups ready on like Tuesday or Wednesday, gets the groups ready on like Tuesday, planning on starting the party on a Wednesday. That way you're going into the weekend and you're wrapping it up on a Sunday, and just kind of announcing that, hey, this is a 5-day party. You still create it and it's still a 10-day link. But what happens is then you've got the flexibility. Then you can say, okay, the party's dropping Sunday. There's always people, it seems like, at the end of every party who are like, oh, I didn't get my order in. And then you can say, well, that's okay. You can still send them the link to order, and it will still go towards their qualifying orders. But you're just not dragging out. You're basically condensing the time that you would spend our normal 10-day party system. You're condensing that into 5 days. And if I can cram in what I just crammed in an hour party, I basically talked about my 2 favorite holiday collection, my 2 favorite collections. So you guys can go back and watch that if you're curious. Did you pop on at all? I didn't see. Jessica did. Jessica, you popped on.
I did. I was watching you a little bit. I actually did an online party.
Did
and
you?
I did like you did. I did a 1 hour in my VIP page is what I did it in.
Good for you.
Lots of questions, no orders.
Yeah. Well, that's good though, because when you're getting those questions, you're planting seeds.
Right.
So that's fun. And you're
anytime I go live, they now watch. So it boosted my live watches.
Okay.
A whole lot, but
yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah, and all of that will help algorithm and networking. And the thing is, like, people are watching. Even when we don't think people are watching, they are always watching. It's crazy. It is crazy how many people are watching that you would never think are watching you. Perfect example. Well, I could give you a lot of examples, but people are always watching.
I also did a spa day, and I only selected like 5 ladies to invite. And I told them that I needed to know, like, by this day, which is like 2 days before, and if I didn't have seats filled, then I started inviting other people. Hey, really quick, I've just got the spa day. I've only got 5 spots open or 2 spots open. You know, are you interested? If not, I need to move on. And that urgency really got in there. So because of that, but I still have seats.
Awesome. I think Lisa just joined us too. Lisa, can you hear me?
Like house party last week, just over a week, I guess. And it went really well too, because everybody was able to try things, actually get a feel for it. So yeah, and you could just share your stories.
Yeah.
So it went really well.
I'm so glad to hear it. You are doing amazing.
Well, we're trying.
You're doing more than trying. You're doing awesome. I love it. So what do you have any like tips that you can offer? Things that are working for you?
You know what? I just share my experience with each product. That's all I'm doing. And I tell them if there's something I didn't like about a product, I'll tell you. But I really haven't come across anything with products, that I didn't like.
Yeah.
So it's been pretty easy to share. I got another craft kind of show to set up a table at and stuff like that. It was pretty quiet this past weekend because it's a little early for Christmas.
Right.
For some people.
Yeah.
But
good for you for making an event happen, because that is the one area that I am totally slacking in. Like I'm new to this area. We just moved here in August. And we move like every couple of years. So it's not like I'm not used to the drill. But for whatever reason, like I'm having a harder time getting in my groove here. We moved from overseas, Belgium, to Maryland. First joining with Unique just a few months in. And that move, the international move, seemed to go smoother than this one. I don't know what it is, but like I need to get my head back in the game. It's been a real struggle for me. So like I've had technology issue after technology issue, and I'm just like, So
see, I have to get over the fear of lives yet. Yeah. So I've just dabbled a little bit yet. I still have to get over that.
Yeah. No, I mean, that is those are real fears. And I mean, we all have our comfort zones, and we all have to work ourselves through that at our own pace. I was actually very stubborn when it came to not even just videos, but even taking a selfie. I never had a problem with my picture being taken, but when it came to I need to take a selfie, I have to hold the camera. I could not be comfortable with that process to save my life. Like it took me months to get comfortable. So yeah, I mean, it's just overcoming, and the more we do it, it's pretty empowering, isn't it? But yeah, so that is normal. I would say definitely just start in your closed groups. Start with like your friends who are hosting, those parties, family members. Just go live in like all those groups. You could care less what anybody's thinking.
Yeah.
Start there. And even like start with just like candid live videos that aren't necessarily even makeup tutorials, because that's where we tend to get like the most shaky, right? Because we're focusing on too many things. Which mirror am I looking at? There's so many things to think about. But if you start with like, maybe like I do a lot of live videos with the kids and just their interest type of things. If my son has a football game, we do a live video maybe, or the dog's doing something. Just, it doesn't always have to be makeup. And actually it's better to have, that versatility of what you're showcasing, showcase it.
Right.
But events is something that I think we all need to strive to do better, especially this time of year, myself included. I'm guilty as charged. But yeah, events are things that we can create ourselves. And I think a lot of people don't really think about that. They think that it has to be something that's scheduled. It has to be a big formal bazaar. Those are great. This time of year, you can find great fall bazaars, things, real holiday type events.
Mm-hmm.
And it's worth the table fee. If you can find something like that, it's worth it. But in lieu of not finding something like that, I would just, like my old location when I was very comfortable, I would just call like the gyms, the local gyms, and I would just ask, hey, can I come set up anywhere where there's traffic in and out, and they will allow you to set up a table. It is worth, like I had a muscle and mascara tank top, which always seemed to strike up conversation with people. They thought that was cute, clever, I don't know. But anywhere where you've got traffic, you can set up a table, and I always encourage a free giveaway as a way to icebreaker to start your conversation. Almost anyone is going to be interested in a free giveaway, right? Never say what that giveaway is, because then, depending on if they like that product. I like to do lip gloss to give away. But almost everybody will be like, sure. And then you've got a contact, you've got a name, and I try to follow up with them that day, like before I even leave there. I'll ask them when they're filling out the slip, hey, are you on Facebook? And I'll let them know. I have a, special group on Facebook. A lot of times I have, special deals in there. I like to keep in touch with people that way. I think there's a couple other girls coming up on. Hey, Mel. Hey, Mel. Can you hear me? I think she's, okay.
Still muted.
Okay, unmute. Hey.
Hi. Sorry, it didn't work for me right away. I don't know what happened there.
No, that's okay. Sometimes it's technology. I've had every technology issue in the world since moving to Nebraska. So I'm just like, it doesn't even faze me anymore. But we were just talking about November sales, how compared to last year, they're tracking slower. There's a lot of theories that the election has something to do with that. Election years tend to be slower sales months, generally speaking. This is something not just trending with Younique. All across the network marketing industry, sales are down year-to-year comparison from last. But we're still not tracking that much behind. This might bring you comfort, little piece of insight here. 50% of November sales were between the 22nd and end of month from last year. So we still got time. The more planning we do now, plan, right? Set these parties up. I've got 5 parties launching tomorrow and 5 on the 25th.
Oh my.
I want to maximize this Black Friday deal. I mean, usually Black Friday will be like maybe 2 days. It's 7 days. That is.
Yeah.
Remember, Mel, how long it was last year?
Last time we just had that one deal that went from Friday through Sunday, and then Cyber Monday deal for 1 day.
Yeah. So this one we get something new every day for 7 days. So
I'm just wondering if it's going to be like you can only get that one deal that 1 day, or if it's available for the rest of the time period, or as.
It's definitely going to be a new deal each day, but I don't know if it's going to be like the second day you get both options, day one, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I think definitely part of it is as supply lasts, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't see, because also 7 deals, but if you look, there's 8 days. So we have to see how it works out.
Exactly. Yeah. But I would say just the more we can prepare, like with our mock party, I don't know if everyone has not had the time to check out Whitney's mock party. She used is Tia Lockhart's. She's Black Sabbath. That was her mock party. She just basically copy and pasted. That's all her mock. It's a good mock party. And what we should all be doing is taking her mock party and making it our own. Taking those images and taking our own selfies to produce something like that. And then as a good rule of thumb, I think 2 to 3 live videos in a party is a good, thing. And they don't have to be long. I just, and I was just sharing with the girls that I'm kind of breaking out of old habits. I'm doing my best. I did the live thing tonight, the live party, but it's hard, I'm very boring and very, like, when it comes to the party system, because I've got a family, I got too many things going on for me to be too creative. But the reality of it is we have to change our party system as we know it, because it's not working anymore. So this whole logic, and that's why I posted what I posted today, because the idea of a 10-day party is too long. It drags out. So
I haven't done that anymore. I don't do that anymore. I only do 5 days now.
I try to to encourage the shorter time frame. I think starting at midweek is a good idea, ending it on a Sunday, that kind of thing. And then you've got a few extra days at the end, so that if you still have some late orders coming in, they can still be tacked on to the
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I do.
I think that's crucial. And then also, I do love the idea. Kim says she likes to start with skincare, and I'm starting to get more comfortable doing that as well, because our Royal line is so amazing and it does make natural sense. I'm still like changing it, and playing with it and tweaking with it. But I do like that. You start with the skincare, and that's not to say you're not going to get to the mascara, but it's just how you put it on your face, right? You start with your skincare, and always sharing what we do and what we're familiar with and what we're comfortable with and what works for us.
Yeah.
And that's what people love, just being relatable, and really pushing the collections right now, I think, especially in lieu of this amazing brush roll that we have, because virtually all our collections, got 6 amazing collections, and 4 of them automatically come with the brush roll. One of them, most wanted, is only $1 off. So I mean, if they're in your VIP, you can just use your YCash for that $1. And so, or you can. There's so many different ways you can do it. I've heard people still get the brush roll for using the YCash. I haven't actually tried it myself, but I've heard.
Yeah, because it really just goes to the amount. I mean, I have tried it with the half price and everything. It's still, as long as it's over $150, it still does it. So because they don't really look at if you're using it or not, they just look at the end product.
Yes.
So, which is great.
It is. I agree. So, and there's so many different ways we can get that brush roll. I love the brush roll. So if you get the face set, what a lot of the people in my VIP group are doing now is doing, because the complete brush set is nice, right? But it's really expensive. It's like $250, like $250. So what I've been pushing is the face set, because you get the nice leather holder. The face set is like $137, and then adding on 2 of the eye brushes. I've been encouraging the liner shader brush and then the lash comb. If you add those 2 on, I forget what it comes. It's like $150 something, and you get your free brush roll. So there you go.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been really pushing in the VIP. I've had a few takers on that. So It's a good deal because you're getting 2 basically amazing like holders for free. One which is like stand up, like makeup counter, you know, related, like leather bound, and then the other one's for travel purchases. So when you look at kind of like those bonus items and the fact that our quality brushes, so I'm gonna be doing like a full like brush tutorial kind of thing in my VIP group where I go through exactly what I use each brush for. I thought about doing that on my Facebook Live, but I really wanted to put emphasis on the collections just because I've usually done Christmas and holiday seasons is the one time of year where I can do good with the collections. And if you have any kind of Y-Cash flexibility or half price items, a lot of times I'll do, you know, buy a collection, get one half off, one equal or lesser value half off. And this time of year, people will stock up. That's a great way to use your half price items. This is the time of year that people will do that just because they make great gifts and you can gift so many different people, you know, with one collection. You can give the bag to, you know, one family member. You can give, you know, the mascara to somebody else. You can keep a couple products for yourself. The versatility of the collections is kind of the way to go. And the thing to pay for, especially since you get your freebie gift. So, yeah, we were just really talking about just how parties have evolved and how Facebook Lives are where it's at. And I've been so under the weather lately and had every excuse in the world, like, you know, and I just finally said, you know what, I have to do this. Like, I have to do a live party. But Shauna did one the other day. It was pretty amazing. I wish I would have seen yours, Mel. I didn't. Wait, you did?
I did, yeah. It went terrible because I was so nervous. I had a glass of wine and I just, but I had fun.
But you know what? That's the thing. Like, you're real and you're relatable. And I felt like mine were terrible. I had kids screaming and like banging on walls. And
well, I had to stop after like 7 minutes. I had to stop because my son kept screaming, "Mommy, I gotta poop!" And I was like, "Oh man, I gotta go." So I had to stop and take him to the bathroom, and then I went back. You know, but again, you know, somebody else was like, "Well, that's, you know, you're a mompreneur. That's just how it works." But I mean, I had fun. I just showed him the royalty. That's all, because I kind of just went into my VIP group and asked what they wanted to see the most, and that's what was voted the most. So that's why I kind of went over.
Love the polls. You make a little poll. They love it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I did.
Smart.
Yeah, sometimes I don't know what it is, but sometimes.
Yeah. See, I love it.
Yeah.
See, now we can just start sharing each other's like live videos. I'll share yours over. Be like, instead of me doing a royal, I'm just gonna share Mel's. Here's our.
God.
I was planning on doing the royal tomorrow in my VIP. I'm just gonna share it instead.
And then I saw like my husband was watching because he had to go on like a sleep study that night. He's out of the house, and I saw he tuned in. And I'm like, babe, get off! Like, what are you doing? Go away. Just please, that
throws you off.
Yeah.
I'm like, great. Now I just, it was a mess.
No, it's okay. And even if people don't order, you know, you're planting seeds. And then the next time they see somebody else post about it, or, you know, see you post about it again, they're going to be like, oh yeah, you know, I've been meaning. So it takes people several times of seeing something before they finally decide to order. You know how it goes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they love to see you. They love to see us. So we got to personalize this stuff, get our planning ducks in a row, get our mock party set, something that we are comfortable with. If it's not all us, that's okay. It doesn't have to all be our face, but as much as we can personalize it, you know, great. Use Whitney's mock party. It's not Whitney's, it's Tia Lockhart is her name. It's all her stuff in that new mock party. Has everybody seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a good, yeah, and I like the transgression, the way she gradually introduces
Yeah,
those.
here.
I don't think, yeah, 5-day parties, having that mock ready to go, being ready to do live videos, even if it's just one in the 5 days, which is kind of your routine. I think you can't go wrong. I like to do 3. Like, here's my regular 5-minute face. Here's my top 5 skincare products. Here's my top 5 go-to products. Just
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I did in mine.
good.
Here are my top products, and then here's the top 3 things you guys voted on, and that type of thing. Got them involved a little bit. And,
Good.
more seeds, but that spa day, really, everybody loves the spa day because they actually get to put it on. Like, we went from base up, cleaning their face, and made them all pretty to go home and show everybody. So
You guys are wondering, I'm down here on the floor because my my laptop is plugged in, so I can, anyway. Yeah. I got this purple planner today. It is massive. Like, it's way thicker than the one last year.
Yeah.
Lots of extra planning room. Does anybody, Jessica, you have yours on order. Mel, have you
yes,
seen
mine should be here shortly.
Okay.
I got mine 2 days ago.
You did? Okay.
Oh,
So yeah, I'm really excited about just having, lots of room to plan, having everything in one place, because right now I feel like I have like 4 different notebooks. Like, I have a smaller planner and I have this notebook over here, and I'm just really anxious this coming year to just keep everything all here. So
Yeah, that's what.
Look, I'm recreating the wheel half the time.
Yeah. Can't wait for it to be December so I can finally use it. It's driving me mad that I can't use it yet.
I know. I started just like putting some notes in the beginning with my November parties.
Yeah.
I think under like the note section or something. Just
Yeah.
because I was so anxious to write in it. I was like, okay. But and then does anyone else print off their Facebook friends list?
Mm-mm.
I have.
no.
I just find it a really easy way to have, like, I know a lot of people will take the names and they'll repopulate it into like an Excel, like that kind of thing for people to follow up with. But I really like the idea of just printing it out, because then you have, a picture, and you can, even though it's black and white, I mean, I might have, 15 Sarahs on my friends list, and seeing their picture, I mean, eventually, like, these kind of things really help. And having, 4,600 friends right now, like, I don't print this every month by any means. I probably print it like once every 6 months.
I found a better way to do that, Raina. You can actually highlight your friends.
Yeah.
And you can click save, and then you can export it into an Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah.
And you can do it with picture or without picture. And then you can go through and take out all your guys, and you can take out all your presenters.
That's a great.
And that way you just have your friends list. I've actually done it. Now it takes some time to go through and delete all of those.
I don't like to take time. To tell you the truth, like, I'm really lazy when it comes to certain things. I think that's a great idea. In this case, I went to the copy place and I paid $15, and I didn't even have, it was like peace of mind. That was like the best $15 that I spent that month. I was like, here you go.
Yeah, I've left mine digital and I put it in my Google Drive. That way I can access it anywhere, and I can change the color. So like, if I've talked to Raina, I can change it to yellow. If I've talked to Lyndall and she said, "Oh, I'm going to do a party," I'll change her to green.
Oh, that is
way
smart.
It's all right there.
One of these days, I will be that organized. Like, I need to hire somebody, like a personal assistant. I'm serious, to help me with stuff like that. Because I just
see, I organize too much.
I used to be that way, very OCD. But here lately, I'm just like, my mind is like in a million places, and I'm just like, just get it printed. So yeah, but
Yeah, it's easier when you add friends to just throw them at the bottom of the list because it's never, you don't block it, and you can just add them in there. And if they absolutely say no, then get rid of them.
That's the way to do it. Yeah, because I
I don't have
just
to
have
talk to them again.
yeah, because I just code mine. Like I cross off the boys right away in the blue. So yeah.
So how are you girls keeping track of your customers and their orders? Are some of you using
it off.
cards or?
I print mine off and I keep like a folder system. So basically, kind of like a.
Well, I do two different things.
Mine's like an accordion type folder.
Oh yeah.
It's got multiple places there, and so you'll have like, I think mine has like 5 compartments. So I'll have like the most recent 5 months. Like I'll have this month, November orders, and I will print that off at the end of the month. So I have my November orders in the November section, and every once in a while, like I will still go back to my old list, which will look so like old and ratty, but I will go back to my old list from like last year just to make sure that there's not somebody that fell through the cracks. So I'm really like a big list girl. Printing it out at least one time will help me personally, just to have it like hands-on, physical. I can write notes right on it. But yeah, if you go to your order section in your back office and then pull it up by month and print it out, always, because every once in a while you'll get like a random order too, and it's so important to like connect with them. And like I had a random like 700 order, and the person wasn't even on Facebook. I had to send an email thank you. Like I'm like, what? Like who gets a $700? I still don't understand it, but I send a thank you. I mean, so weird, crazy things happen sometimes. So just it's better to follow up late. And I like to repeat this because a lot of people will think, oh my gosh, I totally dropped the ball. It's been 3-4 months and I never followed up with that person. It's never too late. It is never too late. The worst that could happen is they ignore you. That's the worst, but you still want to try to follow up. I mean, people are human, and more than likely they're going to understand. Just be like, hey, are you loving your products? Just, always casual, always friendly, always try to connect and, consistently connect. But I find that printing them out and keeping them in the accordion folder and then moving, like after 6 months, just moving like all old follow-ups to its own old folder. So I try to keep like the last 6 months current and the accordion. That's what I do. But I know a lot of people have like note card systems, and I mean, you can be, a lot more thorough than what I am. But to me, the most time efficient method I have found is just to print it and keep it in a folder, the accordion.
Right.
Yeah, because really, I mean, it's just one sheet that you're looking at per month. I mean, most of us aren't going to have orders. I don't usually have, I mean, sometimes I have, 2-3 pages, but on maybe the holidays, but usually 1 page is all you need for the month. It's pretty consolidated. So, anybody have any questions? I had some other notes. Another really cool thing to do that I'm trying to coordinate at this point is Battle of the Hostesses. I kind of got away. I did mystery hostess parties a lot. It's so funny because I really feel, and I know there's got to be other people that feel this way. Like this time last year, I just felt like I was doing everything I could. I mean, I was pushing. I was at this event, that event. I have not done any events this month, So, I mean, a lot of us are like, wow, sales aren't as much, I have to ask myself, like, am I doing what I was doing last year? you know, probably, you know, so a lot of us just expect everything to be the same, but what we're putting into it has to, you know, be the same too. So I need to get more events in, calling around, creating events if I can't find events. So I need to do at least one event this month. I'd like to do 2 at least next month. And if I have to like call a gym and just say, can I set up a table? You know, that's better than nothing. Anywhere where you have in and out traffic and just being able to get, you know, your contact information in front of somebody, kind of plant that seed. I've had a lot of guys sign their wives up for the kit at gyms. Not a lot, like 3, but it's pretty good. I mean, they're just like, oh, you know, this would be a great gift. You have to kind of tell them about that. But so, I mean, it was funny because this one guy was like trying to call his wife from the gym to get her social security number. She's like, what do you want my social for? It's going to be a surprise. No, it was just funny. But yeah, we got to be pushing those kits too. And that's the thing, like, I think we all lose sight of the fact that the kit, like, we don't mention it because we don't want to be pushy, or the kit is always the best deal for the customer. And I think we owe it to everybody to at least throw it out there as an option. You know, you don't even have to go into detail, but I think that more often than not, you will find that people will respect you more for mentioning that, hey, this is an option. Because, like, I didn't even know that this was something I was going to run with as a business until I actually started clicking on things. And I was like, why not? I have a website. Like, I'm a military spouse. Like, yeah, I need this, but I didn't feel like I needed it before, you know, before I had my website. I thought I was going to take the kit and run. I didn't know. So we can't always be looking for like those magic cues that this is going to be an amazing presenter, because we might not get those cues, you know? And I think that just simply telling everybody that I'm into contact with, everybody who's asking about collections, or, you know, hey, you know, the kit, the starter kit is actually always the best deal because you get twice the retail value, you know, plus all the product discount perks and tax benefit perks. There's so many perks to having a small business, right? So I just kind of throw it out there with every single person I meet. And that's the whole Mountain of Success strategy that Whitney has instilled in all of us. You're planting seeds, and you know, it may be 6 months down the road that they come back to get the kit, but throw it out there early and they know it's there, that kind of thing. Because I was actually offended when I found the kit myself, and I was like, why didn't you tell me this? So, yeah, always a good option. We got free shipping this month, so I think that just imagine like what all of our companies would be if we could just sponsor 3 people a month, you know? So I think if we all told everybody an opportunity to share the love of these products, if we were telling everybody, if we were remembering to tell everybody how amazing this kit is, what all you get out of it, I think we would be a lot more surprised with our sponsoring results months down the road, you know. So push those kits, push those parties. There's tons. The other thing, in our training group, so many people don't realize we can search, and I didn't realize it for the longest time. I didn't even know like there was files in a group. So, you know, we've got files. We have all these amazing files in the group, checklists that you can print out to help keep organized and on task. Now, I don't have as many files as Whitney does yet. I will have, but when I first started, that's what I did every day for personal development when I was working full time. Was I'm like, I'm just going to read a file a day, you know, a file a day will make you so much more familiar. You don't have to, get right into, heavy network marketing books, depending on how much time you have. But start with the files and getting familiar with the groups in your website. We've got the university trainings. In the training group, literally any topic you can think of in the search field underneath the cover photo. If you want party blitz script, just type that in to the search field underneath the cover photo. So in the group search, you're not searching Facebook, you're searching within the group, any topic. And then that's going to narrow it down. So you'll still have to scroll the wall a little bit, but not be scrolling it for eternity to find who knows what you're looking for. But there's always script ideas you can find by doing that. Or if you're looking for just random tips, sponsoring tips, I try to hashtag the word tip a lot, that kind of thing. But yeah, amazing, what you can find just going through like old material for party script ideas. When trying to get parties, I find the best method, there's a million different ways we can ask for it casually, birthday. There's so many different ways we can ask for parties, but I find that offering 2 dates and assuming that they're going to say yes works the best. It just always ending it with, well, I have this date and, actually I still have 2 dates open this month, the 17th and 25th. Which date works better for you, or which date works best for you? So they didn't say either date works best, but I'm just kind of like assuming that one of those, let's assume the sale tactic, but it works. You'll be so surprised. It kind of sounds like pushy or sneaky, but it works. Like if you just simply say like, I have the 17th and 25th actually still open, which date works better? Like, it's amazing how many people will come back and say the 17th or the 25th. Yeah, let's do the 25th. There's no way in the world that this person will ever host for you. So I don't know if we don't ask. And sometimes the people we least expect to have good parties have the best parties. One of my dad's older friends who doesn't wear makeup claims she didn't have any friends who wore makeup. It was one of the best parties we did. And it was this time last year, and it was like all these people getting collections, including her on her own party. She decided she was all about getting into the skincare. So yeah, some of the people you least expect will have the best parties, and vice versa. The ones we really expect to be great hostesses sometimes aren't, and that's fine. And that's why a good rule of thumb every month is having 10 parties. 10 parties is kind of the magic number. If we can get 10 parties, great. But if you always have 10 parties somehow on the books, then you can count on at least two of those parties being kind of good parties. And even if all 10 are duds, worst case scenario, you've got some great networking out of that. And you'll be amazed at how many people will come back. Majority of people who join are people who have done a party first. They're familiar. They've watched a party. So you want to be doing parties. Even if they seem boring, dead, even if they're all crickets, it's just that monotonous thing that we all have to do. The lives will help liven them up. Drink the wine in the parties. Do whatever you got to do to liven them up. Encourage the other ladies to drink their wine too, whatever works. And just have fun. Be yourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, the house party I did, they weren't makeup people at all. And yet they bought lots. They're the least ones I would have thought.
Mm-hmm.
So you never know.
You don't ever know. And Yeah, you don't ever know. That is for sure. Trying to think. Anything we can be doing to engage our audience when we're doing our lives. If we go live on our main wall, encouraging people to comment below, all of that is a way to engage. Tell me where you're coming from. Share this video, comment, share below. There's a network marketing guide, Billy Funk. He's really good about engaging his audience. Put a 1 in the comments if you're doing this. Put a 2 in the comments. Put a 3. He does a lot of like the number system. If you share this, type a 1. And that's a great way to engage. It's really whatever you're comfortable with. That's another example. Yeah, I'm wanting to do a battle of the hostesses. And I'll probably even, because I've only done that once before, where, you have a few different hostesses all willing to compete, really, see who can get the most orders. So who's going to win all the rewards, right? And it can be kind of fun, kind of competitive, if you have the right, personalities. And then you can even take it a step further and have like a group chat where you're encouraging them. You're keeping them informed every day, like where everybody's sales are, just a quick message every day. Probably the same 5-day party rundown is what I'm going to do. So far, I have 2 hostesses willing to do it. I'd like to find 5 just because I think it'd be fun, but I've only done it with 3. Has anybody else ever done a battle of the hostesses?
No.
Nope.
Yeah, whoever's party does the most. I mean, depending on what you have with your rewards, you can do a $50 credit using your YCash. You might do a half price item. Just depending what you have to give away. You can always be creative. I think that the other thing that we can all do better, myself included, in the way of hostess prep is telling them exactly what to say to everybody. Like, okay, take your top 30 friends. Like, instead of like the old ways, and this is so hard for me to get away from the old ways, because I had great success launching under the old methods, but the old methods don't work anymore. So instead of over 100 people added to the group, now it's kind of like 30 to 50 people. And if you can get your hostess to message all 30 people, naturally we want to tell them exactly what to say. And I did put in one of my posts today an example of what you would have, what you would say, what you would have your hostess say. And I have more of those as well. If you guys want some ideas, we can remind me and we can shoot some around. But just prepping our hostess and saying, hey, here's exactly, and more than just here's what I want you to send your top 30 friends, but here's what I want you to post today. Like, I used to do that, and then I just kind of got lazy, and I'm like, I'll do all the posting. All you got to do is like them. No. We need to get back to, okay, girl, like, I'll post twice, you post twice. Tell them exactly, like, at 1 o'clock, here's what I want you to post. Send them the picture, copy and paste what you want them to say with the picture, because when they post it, that's what's going to engage their audience the most. Anything they post is going to be much more people are going to see it in their network. It's just the whole Facebook algorithm thing. If they post it, more people will see it. Plain and simple. And the other thing that we all have to remember, as small as it may be, little tip, is every single time we post in a party for our hostess, we need to tag their name. We need to make sure their name highlights. If we just say their name and it doesn't tag, it doesn't bring it to the attention of their friends the same way. It's, again, all Facebook algorithm. That name has to tag in order for their friends to be able to see it. Now, some people will just pop into the group, if they see the notification, but not everyone will. So what helps it show in the news feed is tagging them, and then they have to like the post. Those two things in conjunction will pop it into the news feed, assuming they've seen the post once before. So it's just all the little things that do add up and make a difference, as far as what's being seen. Nothing more frustrating than having 100 people in a group and like 2 people see the post. It's like, how does that happen? But yeah, so the more we prep our hostess and just kind of let them know like what minimally, what your like minimal expectations are, and just let them know like, hey, I want you to get the most out of your rewards. Want to help you get the most freebies out of the deal. So usually people are pretty cool and understanding with your candid, depending how well you know them. But yeah, I just tell them like, hey, if you have time for nothing else, like the post. But ideally, if you can get your hostess to actually post something, that will help keep the audience engaged. Even if it's just one post a day, like us post twice, and then the hostess themselves at least post once. That can really make a big difference getting them to post. So, and the more we're organized and we have our mock party ready, then we can be prepared for what we want our hostess to say and what time, right? Not every single post has to be us. I think if you have a party that's all me, that's pretty boring. I mean, we want people to see ourselves because it shows that these products are real, and we're not just using all somebody else's images. But it's okay to integrate some different looks and different people in there. And I always suggest using face pictures instead of like graphic-y, fun ad salesy type. The more you can showcase like what the product's actually doing, before and after. I mean, Lash Library is a great place to go for pictures. A lot of different, really good before and afters. I love the pictures that are uploaded there. Google, you can still find pictures on. It's okay to use a generic picture from time to time if you find a good one. It's really whatever you want to do. But Whitney's mock party is a great resource, a great guide. And if you have nothing set, use that entire mock party. Use it. Use all those pictures. It's better than not having one. The worst thing we can do is like expect for everything to be perfect and our lives to be perfectly organized, and us to have the perfect mock party set up and everything perfect before we find a hostess. Like, wing it. Like, it's better to have a party than to have no party. The worst that could happen is you don't get sick. I mean, it's better if you're well organized and you have pictures of yourself and you're doing lives. Of course, that's ideal. But in lieu of not having it, use another mock party template and use other people's pictures. It's better than not having anything. So that's what I would say. Like, we just have to do it. We just have to do the things. Do the freaking things, as Haley says. It can be monotonous at times, but it's worth it. It's worth it. You just got to find your groove. And the more like we get in a rhythm, the more natural and the more it just kind of rolls right off. So, another thing, like push gift wrap. When you guys are in your VIP groups, like if they're local, gift wrap, like I offer gift wrap for anyone in my VIPs. And if it's something that I have on hand, then I will wrap it for them and mail it to them. I don't care where they are. Just because that's just like an added perk to being in my VIP, like during the holidays. Like, I'll gift wrap for you. I have a lot of guys that come to me for their daughters or their wives in the crunch just because I offer free gift wrap. So free gift wrap can be a good way to hook those guys. I know Becky Blothenberg got a pretty good order. I think a collection recently from a guy she went to high school with, and she's my age. So a lot of years ago. Guy she went to high school with, his daughter. And I have a couple guys like that buy for their daughters are coming up on their early teens and interested in makeup. So don't ever like completely count those guys out. I mean, I don't add them to my VIP unless they ask to be in there. But if they ask to be in there, as long as they're not a creeper, as long as they're not a weirdo. I've got a couple guys in my VIP. So that was a couple people had questions on that. Like, is it okay? Sure, why not? It's your call. It's your comfort. It's your group. You can add anybody you want. So, I love the different names that people are coming up with for VIPs. Like Shauna's got, hers is like VIC, very important customer group. I like that. That's cute. Mel, do you have a name for your VIP?
I just call it Mel's Beauty Boutique instead of VIP group.
That's cute.
And that so they know they're my VIPs, but I don't call it my VIP group. I just call it my beauty boutique. So
that's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I tried to just kind of stay with the whole Mel's Beauties things, because of my website and everything, and it's just kind of short and sweet and just kind of.
I love it.
With the logo and everything, and I really like it. So I think that's just kind of how it's going to stay for me.
Yeah, I love it. It's good branding. I love it. I keep meaning to ask you who did your logo. It's too cute.
I can send you her email. Her name is Stacy Burrows, I think, and she has actually. I already sent a few girls over to her. Her package that I got was like $35, and she sends me 4 different pictures. Yeah, it's like you get your logo that you end up choosing in color and in black and white, and then you get both of those, one on a white background and one on a like basically see-through background, so you can use it on anything.
Perfect.
So
I love it.
So you have 4 pictures, and it's $35, and it's text.
Do you have the window thing on the car yet? Are you going to incorporate your Mel's Beauty?
I haven't done that, no. But I didn't choose like a unique thing. I chose a different one that I have, and it says "Beautiful You" on the back, and I like it a little bit better than the old with the lashes, because nobody like got that it was unique. You know what I'm saying? And everybody was thinking that I'm putting on like false lashes on people. So I got pretty annoyed by my decal. So as soon as I got my new car, I was like happy to get rid of it. And that's when I saw the other one, and I liked that it had but it also just kind of, it's like it says something about premium makeup and things like that. But right now I'm trying to come up with something short. Well, right now it's like with the holiday season, and I'm driving around everywhere, so I have my car markers that I want to use, and I want to put something on my car just saying, like last minute gifts available here or something. Like I need to figure out something that I want to do and just write on my car everywhere. So we'll see.
Yeah. No, branding. We always got to be thinking about branding. You've done a phenomenal job with that, Mel.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Yeah, and even like the little things like merchandising, like, shirts, any, ask me about my lashes, all of those kinds of things, small as they may be, will help, with the familiar branding. When people see you, they think of unique. When they see unique, they think of you. The whole kind of reason we start thinking about branding. I'd love to see less salesy, less graphics on main walls. It's all easier said than done. I mean, as a new presenter, it's better to have salesy stuff than nothing. You want people to know you're a presenter, of course. And I am not the person to judge because it took me 4 months to post a selfie. Like I shared everybody else's pictures before my own. I did not want to post selfies. That was a very hard thing for me to get comfortable with. So I am all for appreciating and respecting people's personal comfort zone spaces with things. We all have them. We all have our comfort zones, and we're all going to come out of them when we want to come out of them. So I get that. Like, obviously, the more we're sharing on our main wall, the faster we're going to brand ourselves, the more people we're going to reach, and the faster we're going to grow our business. But it has to be something that we're comfortable with. So I get that too. Setting our page public and having our follow button on. These are all little tips that I should reiterate more, because when we're new presenters, we don't know. Like, it was a year before I turned my follow button on, at least a year before I turned it on.
Mine too. I just didn't know.
I didn't know.
Yeah, neither. I just thought people didn't want to follow me. So, and all of a sudden I was like, wait a second. And now that's why I don't have that many yet, because quite honestly, I think I just turned it on like a few months ago.
Yeah.
Holy crap. I wish I knew. I just never really, I don't know what happened there, but yeah.
So yeah, follow button turned on, about section, having linked up to your business page. You have a business page, great. If you don't have one, it's good to have one. It's not where I spend most of my time marketing my products, but it's great to have. I think it's a good way to gain credibility, to let people know you're serious about what you're doing. But I think it's also great to have, because occasionally it's nice to boost a post. Maybe you've done a catchy tutorial that you want to share. If you boost that, you pay $5, $10 in like a 48-hour period on the weekend, you can reach like 5,000 people, 5,000 new people. Every little bit adds up in terms of who you can reach and how fast you can reach them. So that is one. And then you can also share out of your business page, which you can't share out of a VIP group, but you can share into a VIP. Out of. So I like that aspect too.
Yeah.
So yeah, the business pages are good. If you're a new presenter, definitely go through the 23 steps in the Strong Start group. They're basic starters to great helpful tips. So launching strong kind of touches on the branding, all of that. And getting on the phone with your sponsor, strategizing what your goals are, being honest with what your goals are, not comparing our journey to anyone else's. It's an amazing opportunity we have here in our hands.
I know.
And everybody's journey is going to be completely different. And I love our team. We're very supportive of one another. I love that we've created that culture, and I'd like to continue it. for here on out, forever and ever, infinity and beyond. Yeah, so if we feel like things are slow right now, let's just do our part to get our parties booked and just get ready for the hustle. Like if you want to have a good check and you want to make some extra Christmas money, like November, December are the months to do it. It's going to take a little bit of work, but you're much more likely to have those big results now. And every little seed you plant now is going to pay back big in the spring when things start slowing down again. So this is the perfect time to build and be networking. And, I do have a hustle rule that is completely unrealistic for most, but if anyone is wanting to grow their network, and that's their biggest roadblock, is not having enough people to ask for parties. If you want to build a network fast and furious, add 20 people, add 20 friends a day, and message 30 for 30 days straight. I promise you will have results. You will see results. You might not see them that month, but it will happen. I had a very small friends list when I started this, and now I'm almost maxed out. And that's what networking is. It's reaching out to lots of different people. We don't have to know somebody personally to request them as a friend on Facebook. There are plenty of other people who are also networking, maybe not even for business. Maybe they just want to meet new friends. Networking is okay. Just, as a general rule of thumb, I say 10 mutual friends as a minimum is a good, if not 10 mutuals, maybe you went to the same school, same high school, there's got to be some kind of commonality. People in parties, if there's interaction with people in parties, anybody who's, liking posts and commenting and interacting in a party, I will friend request them. I try to wait till the party's over and then hey, love to keep in touch. I noticed, you were kind of interested in some of the products. They don't necessarily have to buy products for you to friend request them. So there's some kind of interaction. I don't go through every single person in the parties and friend request them. Some people do. I have better luck using those groups to come back, and I don't post in them all the time, but like on holidays and then you might have a new person all of a sudden be interested. The worst that could happen is you offend somebody and they remove themselves from the group. But I don't blow up my old groups, but occasionally I will post in them, like a deal like, free shipping on the kits, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can go back to old parties and share specials. Can anybody think of anything else? I had another page of notes that's somewhere. Look at this. I have 2 daughters and a dog sleeping behind me. On the floor. Mom fail.
Yeah.
Oh, you got your little love right there. She looks snuggly.
Yeah.
So,
have you guys ever done samples for events or anything? Some people do, but
I don't do them either.
Yeah, that's a lot of work, I think, and it just
a lot of work. I take that back. I did sample a couple of things one time, just like right before the party. Some people like go all out in sampling, like they always have all this stuff. I did a couple of the Liquid Touch at a bridal show thing. Like I had these little bitty things, and because I thought that's a good one to sample,
Yeah.
I watched this girl take the sample, and I saw her like literally like put it in the trash with her plate of food or whatever. I was like, okay, I'm not sampling anymore. Like, one, I don't think it's enough for somebody to really determine if they love it or not. And we have a love it guarantee. Like, I think that's enough. I will tell like all my locals, like, if you don't love it, like, I'll give them the money and then I'll deal with the returns, or I'll use their return as a sample. I try to make stuff really convenient for people who are local to me in that way. And I feel like that's just as good as offering any kind of a sample, because they're being, they have a cushion.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think you can waste a whole lot of time in, I think that time is better utilized building relationships and meeting new people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, always engaging, thinking about our algorithms, posting on our main wall every day, rotation of interests. We don't want to just vomit unique all over our main wall every day. We want there to be, to show that we're relatable and we have other interests too. So easier said than done when we love what we do and we just want to blow up everybody's feeds with all our amazing stuff. GoPro industry events are huge. So there's like GoPro, Most Powerful Women. Most Powerful Women in March is going to be huge. We're going to have a bunch of girls there representing. It's March 2nd through 4th, and it's in Las Vegas. So there's that. If anybody is interested in training and you have a team of 15 plus girls and you would like to coordinate some type of training event with me, or you would like me to come train, I'm amenable. I would love to do that. I would love to start doing more trainings. So I have a lot of big goals for 2017. So, yeah, let me know if you guys, Mel and I talked about like meeting each other like halfway at some point to do something. So we can talk more about that too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Never too early to be thinking about convention. But if you ladies don't have any questions, that's the main thing I wanted to talk about, was this feeling amongst people that things are slow for November. They are a little bit slower. I think to date, we're about 70% of what we were last year, the same time. But again, 50% of November sales were from the 22nd to the end of the month. So we're still coming up on the big period here.
Yeah. And I think we can expect a lot more from the last week than we did last year. For me, I know I was around last November and that's when I promoted, but I lost half of my month. So I can't even, I know I was at 0 on the 15th myself. So that's why I keep saying it doesn't matter if you feel like you've already lost 2 weeks at all. Just
maximize today. Exactly.
Yeah, like just right now, sit down, map it out, plan it out. The next 2 weeks are gonna be amazing, and that's just what people still don't understand, and it drives me up the wall because they just so hung up on the past, like, whatever, couple months or maybe the last 2 weeks, and they're projecting that into the next 2 weeks, which, you hear it over and over that people promote from I don't know, into green within a month. If you want to do it, now would be the time. Like November is like your chance to do it, but you just got to believe for 1 second and actually sit down and do something.
It is. So much of it is mental. It all starts here.
Mhm.
You have to believe it first
Yep.
before you can put that belief in.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, and mapping, that's something that I need to get more diligent about. Again, trying to like revamp a lot of things with my circle group, and
It's not always easy, but yeah.
yeah, it is. It's
Mhm.
so
It's a lot of times it's a lot of guesswork and a lot of hoping and wishing from a lot of people. So,
yeah,
but
yeah,
at least if you have an overall goal, and I feel like breaking, and like instead of looking at the whole month, because people like to project themselves into infinity, which is usually when they after a week break down and stop doing anything because they are nowhere near what they wished for.
right.
So it's easier just to go like on a week by week basis instead of a whole month. That's why I keep telling them just to kind of start from scratch right now, because tomorrow is a big booking blitz with Nicole. Take that, book your next week up to the brim, and because those 5-day parties, I converted all my 5-day parties into 7-day parties next week. And I told everybody that already pre-booked those parties for next week. I was like, I'm sorry, but we're changing your 5-day party to a 7-day party because you're going to get more out of it. And everybody's super excited. And, and the good thing is that you have, it feels like you're more crowded, but actually less, because you don't have to worry about all the other things that you want or need to tell them. Just concentrate that week. Just concentrate on the specials we're going to have.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's in every single box or whatever, but once you find out in the morning, you sit down for half an hour, plan out your day, what you're going to do in your parties, and maybe showcase the product or whatever it is from what you have or know in your life.
You just said it. That word planning is everything. It is everything. And, so often, like I myself get in these funks, these ruts, what I feel like is ruts. And, most of it is at my own fault because, I didn't take the time to plan, like even just like the night before, if I just plan, like, just make like a simple little like checklist of 5 people that I'm going to message the next day about the opportunity. What I'm going to post, just simple little notes.
Yeah.
Even if it's just 5 things that I'm going to do the next day, productive with my business, like just something so small done day in, day out can have such a profound effect. And I think too often maybe it becomes too monotonous and we think we don't have to do the things anymore, but we always have to do the things. Like Kelsey Stacy is like, she's so inspiring to so many people. It's because without fail, like when she sets a goal, they're non-negotiable goals and she doesn't waver. Like I say I'm going to contact 5 people a day about the opportunity, but I don't every single day. I wished I did every single day. I set that goal, but I waver from that some days. She, without fail, from the day she started, has contacted 5 brand new people about the opportunity every single day. And you constantly have 5 brand new people to message if you're adding people to your network. And, most of the people she networks with, it's all online. It's not, she's from a little bitty town. So, and printing these lists out, these Facebook things, this helps because I write little notes, like people who are non-responsive, you know, eventually if there's no interaction there, you just remove them as a friend, make room for, you know, someone who is going to interact. So, and I have a video on this. I don't know if you've seen it, Lyndall.
No, I don't think I have.
Okay. But yeah, I just like, I have mine color coded. Pink highlights are presenters, so I leave those alone. Blue highlights is the guys. I X those out, leave those alone. My customers get highlighted in yellow. People that I've sent product messages to are green. And then recent purchases gets an orange highlight. And then I just have like all these miscellaneous notes. Like this girl's in France and I've been trying to get her, you know, so I've got that written there as a reminder. One of my parents' friends, so I have that written there. I don't know if you guys can see any of my scribble, but you get the idea. Like this is the code up here that I use. And I have a video on it. So I will post that again. I think I've been doing that video in different pink building blocks groups. And then I had a different kind of challenge group that I posted it in. But I will share that again. I'll share that on our main wall. So that's a good thing on our page. So, and the thing that we can all do, I just want to say this for anyone who's watching a playback, the thing that we can all do to help each other collaboratively as a team, simple as it may be, is just checking into the team page, liking every post. If we like those posts, then all of our downline sees those. It will not pop into the feed of people we add to the group until we like it. It's another Facebook algorithm thing. I actually did not know that. I had no idea. Bree told me that. And hence the reason why I like my own posts after I put it in there, because by liking it, then everybody I've added to the group, it pops into their newsfeed. But if I didn't add you to the group, I'm not helping you out any. So, because I didn't add you, Mel, and I didn't add you, Lyndall. So when I like my own posts, you still don't get to see them. So your sponsors have to actually like it. And you guys probably chime in on your own. Well, you girls are probably chiming in on your own anyway. But, you know, for some people, it can really make a difference on, you know, maybe people aren't planning on being involved. And then all of a sudden one day something catches their eye in their news feed. So we can really help and benefit as a whole by just a little thing. Don't have to take much time. Even if you don't have time to read the post, I would love for people to just like it, copy and paste that whole message, put it into the notes of your phone when you do have the time to read it. You know, maybe somebody else on your team can benefit from seeing it. So that kind of thing. I just,
you know, a lot of times I just scan through it. I do like everything that I can catch. But then I just scan through it, and I feel like if it is valuable, I save it, because you have the opportunity to either do you save any post, if it's a video or a regular post. And I do that too with like Breeze and whatnot, because sometimes with the booking blitzes and whatnot, they have really good wordings in there that I like. And then I can, even if I can't get to it right away, I can get to it later, because then I can just go onto my saved and just kind of go through that.
but if you could actually like it, it will help. And I
posted. Oh no, I like it too. I mean, I try to, believe me, I try to. But
yeah, I know.
You know.
So, but I did post a video by Carly Reeves today. It's been a while since I saw it, but it's so true. It's like when you have new presenters, they get put in a group and there's only like 5 people that like a post, like as like a big team morale, you know, the more excitement you have. And it's like the same logic of my vote doesn't matter. Oh my goodness. My mother-in-law sent me an article. I had no idea. I forget what year it was, 17 something. It was the difference between one vote that determined that we use the English language instead of German. It was a matter of one vote. It went to a vote, and it was one vote difference. So we could be speaking German today instead of English. Well, Melanie
That's all right with me.
anyway. But
That'd be all right. That'd be all right.
there was a few examples like that, and then like another one, a difference between one vote of like Hitler taking power. Like if it would have been one vote different, he wouldn't have been able to. Like it was just like all these like historical things, like what one vote different,
Yeah.
like what that changed. So if you think that your one little like isn't like all those little likes can be something big as a whole for the team. So it's not about me, it's about everybody in the company and what everybody's going to gain by having an exciting group, you know, just all that interaction, all those likes, all those comments, that all helps. So I just would like to get back to working together because I feel like we've all kind of fizzled lately, myself included. Like I said, this move has just kind of like rocked my world. So no excuses, no excuses. Just getting my
No, because I'm kind of done being stuck, you know? Like it sucks. But we'll get it. We'll get it. We'll
It
get it.
happens. It happens. No, I think you're doing awesome. I don't think you're stuck at all. I think you have a very clear path. So
Oh yeah, I do. I do. I just have to get everybody else on board. So.
yeah, that's okay though. That's where it starts. It'll happen. It'll happen. So thank you, ladies, for popping on. I know it's late. So I appreciate your time. And y'all know I'm here for you. Let me know if you have any questions. We're going to try to do this 2 Wednesdays a month. If we need to do one sooner, like an impromptu Zoom, I'm fine with that. I do 3-way calls too. So we're going to do one leadership call the last Monday, Mel, the same time on Monday at 9, the last Monday of every month.
Yeah, just
Kind
send
of
me a
forecast.
yeah. No problem. Got it.
All right.
Thanks, girls.
Thank you.
Oh, you bet.
You get tips out of this.
You bet.
All right. You're doing awesome.
Bye.
Bye, ladies. Good night.
Good night.